let's say, for example, you are meant to build a business, and where that business is meant to be, it's a neighborhood that the business will benefit a lot of people. If your calling is to start a business, there are going to be people who are attached to that business. There are people who are going to meant to be, you might be the person with the idea, born with the idea, and you have the spiritual backing and resources. Once you accept that calling, once you recognize and acknowledge it and decide to move, everything that's already been aligned for you to prosper in that business will start to manifest. Say now you accept this calling and you thought of the idea and you have battled with yourself, whatever it is, and you decided to now pursue this business. There are people, a business is a big company and there are many different roles. You might have partners and people. You're gonna have people who are gonna be in the administrative side. You're gonna have people who are gonna be in the offices, people who are gonna be out um doing stuff, for the business. There's many different positions for it. These are the people who are attached to your calling. They are your destiny helpers. But also the people who are receiving whatever service that you are providing, they're also attached to your calling. Whatever you're doing is going to be something of service. Whatever you're meant to do is going to be something of service. I believe one of the things that we're here is to serve. And even things that you might not think would qualify as that, like let's say somebody's called to dance. Dance is a form of healing. When you dance, you release, you're in that movement and you're releasing, you're healing, but you're also healing other people. Somebody like who might have been going through a bad day, they watch you dance and it just releases something in them. Like maybe make them feel younger, refreshed, and just, make them feel good, brighten their day. You've entertained them, you have given them something else to focus on. Don't doubt and overthink your gifts and your talents. Or at least if you're in doubt, explore and then let life and experience teach you if that was something you were meant to do or not. But at least you would have tried. I heard someone say, I heard this from Tabitha Brown. Um, she made a video where she was like, for how long are you going to say not yet? For the things that you have known deep down inside of you for a very, very long time. When is going to be that time finally? When are you going to start? For how long are you going to keep saying not yet? Maybe there are milestones you're trying to get at. Some of us really, they have situations, something really happening. But I'm speaking to those of us who is just bottling our mind. Take it however it resonates. It's like you keep putting milestones, you keep holding it back. You'd be like, oh, until this happens, then I'll do this. Until this happens, then I'll do this. Oh, I don't have the finances. I don't have this. I don't have that. Like I said, what you're meant to do requires you just accept it. In the beginning, accept and be willing to put in the work, then things will align for you. God will not give you something that He's not willing to help you through. Because whatever it is, you're being used as a vessel, but it's not about you ultimately and it's beyond you. Whatever He wants, it's God wanting to do something in you. It's you being used as a vessel for something more. So the main thing that you're required of is to show up, is to be the face. Think of it like a show, you know? There's a show that you're part of. You are the main character. But, you know, there's a lot of people and behind the scenes, like your spiritual guides and the spiritual partnership with that if they are the ones aligning and doing things and everything else behind the scenes that need to be done. They've already done it. They're waiting on you to align so that these things can start to manifest in your reality. Of course, with everything, you need patience and some things need time. But if you know like you are meant for something, if you know you have a calling, then I'm asking you to at least just try. Try and pray for clarity and pray for guidance. At least don't keep going through life with having ifs. If you thought now about your life, what is the one thing that you feel like doing, but for whatever reason, fear or whatever it may be, you haven't started? Can you really live your entire life without doing the things that you know you can do? Because you know what you can do. You know your capabilities, you know your gift. Sometimes we're like, I know I can do this, but we're worried about other things. Maybe we're worried about what others may think, how they might receive it, how we might look. Yes, people are afraid of failure, but people are also afraid of success just as much as they're afraid of failure. Which one is your fear? If you have either one or both, would you be okay with yourself if, let's say for example, you ascended and now you get to see the life that you were meant to live on this earth, and you see that you were you see that thing that was inspired in you, and let's say you're talking to the divine, you're talking to God, and God is like, he gave you this gift, and he had all these resources and everything aligned for you. Could you go back to your creator knowing that you didn't try your best in this life? Or can you even look back at yourself, look back at your life, and be proud of yourself for not trying your best, for not at least trying and pursuing the things that you knew you were meant to do, at least that you knew you liked, that you enjoyed? Other people who are attached to your calling might be praying for you, they're indirectly praying for you if they're praying for the things that you're supposed to bring. If you're a healer, somebody's praying to be healed. It's like they manifesting you to show up so you can heal them the way you were meant to. Sometimes let's say the things that we have is meant for someone else. Maybe somebody's needed help, financial help, and that help is meant to come through you. So you've been blessed with that money so that you can give it to the person. People are praying for things, and you might be the answer to what they're praying for. If you're called, people are going to be attached to you. It's beyond you for sure. Think of the impact that you're meant to do with what you've been given. That person needs that job that you're supposed to create. That person needs that form of healing, whether it be medicine or in any way that you're meant to bring. That person needs that financial support. If you're settling, you might be limiting yourself from the life that you're really supposed to be living. If you have dreams, you have hopes, you have things that you want, now is the time to make those things happen. This is the moment to make those things happen. Your actions now will determine whether you will get to live those dreams or not. You have the choice to accept or not accept, and to live life as you see fit. Just pray and hope that you live in life as you see fit means that you are living your truth and doing the things that you want to do. Imagine if you want financial abundance, financial prosperity, and you are meant to be prosperous and wealthy, but you're sitting on $1 billion idea that you don't want to start, that you haven't started, or you haven't made the choice to start. I used to hear this thing about, God can raise another. This is not to, scare you or anything like that, but what my understanding a little bit about working with the divine is that it's more about the purpose. It's about getting the work done and making sure that that idea or whatever that thing is and how it's supposed to impact that happens. It's more about that than anything else. Like when God is working with you on something, God will make sure that that thing gets fulfilled. So it's about the purpose, it's about the plan, but you're not forced to accept it, right? If something is supposed to be invented, right? I do think there might be timelines for certain things to be done. And like if something is meant to be invented and you were the one who was destined to do that, and let's say that you decide to choose not to, you're not forced to, then that thing still has to come through. That thing still has to exist in this world. So it would make sense if another would be raised. But then at the same time, I feel like if you were chosen to do that, then because God is all knowing, then God already knows you were gonna get to a point where you're going to have these doubts and fear and all of this. God already knows your entire journey, your moments of confidence or not confident, like everything, however you're going to feel. If you were chosen for it, then I also think that is because the divine knows that you will be the one to accept the calling. Remember that everything happens for a reason. Wherever you call to, you are meant to serve in whatever capacity that may mean to you. So some it might be using your words, some it might be dancing, oh, any other way. It can be like cooking and stuff, but whatever it is there to serve a purpose. I like to think that I was thinking the other day, I was like, it's pretty cool to be a called chosen. It's an honorable position to be in. It is an honor to be called. Like imagine like the divine creator, the creator of all things, the source of all things. Like before your soul came onto this earth was like, you will be the one I'm going to trust with this gift, with this plan. This earth that I've created and treasure, I am going to put you in this place to have this kind of impact. I'm like, oh my goodness, for me I'm like, I am honored, I am humbled. If the creator, the divine creator, can believe in me that much, then I'm going to believe in myself. If I don't trust in me, I'm going to trust in the divine. I'm going to trust on my spiritual team. And I just, I'm grateful. You know, I'm grateful and I would be grateful as someone who is called to do something on this earth. And for me, I would want to honor that. And I hope you would want to do that too. I'm so excited for life. I'm so excited for humanity. I'm so excited for all the called, chosen. If you're called and chosen, then accept it, please. Because it would be so cool and awesome to see you in your element. You're doing your thing. You living your truth is like being at that job that never feels like work because you're doing what you like, right? You're doing what aligns with your soul. I know some of us, our callings a little more, requires a little more. So it's not that easy. It's not that simple, but I think it's worth it. You got this.